This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for March 30th, 2023. It's currently February 3rd, 2023, 10:59 p.m. Eastern Time. The overall theme and behavior for the day, we have erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level, in the midst of which we revisit a crest that was recently a past opportunity. There's a unicursal here as well, in the midst of out of a decline here early in the morning. There's a big move to the upside, unexpected move to the upside in the face of seemingly overwhelming headwinds. And that's probably where we see a crest again. We'll get into it. I don't want to assume too much just yet, but the behavior on the highest high, we have a holding pattern that in the midst of which there's a pop and drop. And there may be something to do with Congress, but there's a pop and drop there taking us to the high. It's quick high, pop and drop kind of thing. Behavior around the low, there's a key technical price level that will act as our price level. It was interesting. It's a key technical price level on more than just a one-day kind of scale. And it'll form after we hit a key resistance level, and then we decline from that key resistance level with increasing volatility into the low there. Out of the low, there should be a rally along the diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, meaning secondary resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. And it's definitively bearish, strong bearish volume today, guys. I'm advised to trade around the like a stable foundation, either that or something to do with it. Actually, may be a male ruler today, because you've got Congress, something possibly in the news. Hard to say. In any case, there's an important high or a day's high there in the pre-market, either that or it's an important crest, but I think it's probably a day's high there in the pre-market when we're doing some sideways rotation along a key support, increasing with, wow, it's kind of like back and forth, mixed sentiment early in the day. There's a trade opportunity. Whatever trend we have in the pre-market will halt right around the open or just before the open, and then it's probably a decline there because we have this big move to the upside out of the open, out of a significant like low there. There's a big move to the upside reaching for a distant resistance level. That's probably where the high comes into play, actually. We revisit a crest there in that first half hour, and then it looks like we've declined pretty hard into like the 10 to 12 o'clock hour, somewhere in there. There's a decline to an important trough, out of which there's a big move higher, and a rally along a diagonal trend line, increasing in bullish sentiment as we move forward into the middle of the day, where we go from established support to a big move up to establishment of support again, like kind of like at a higher level. That happens midday, and then we decline from there through a support level that we recently broke down through once before. Bumping along resistance between 1 and 2-ish. We should be bumping along resistance. There's some sort of tricky behavior there midday, so be careful in the midst of that move to the upside. So we're bumping along sideways along resistance between roughly 1 and 2, and then there's a reversal that'll stand out on a one-day chart there between 2 and 3. We have a key resistance level highlighted in the last hour, and a U-shaped dip right around the close with a failed attempt to break through key resistance into post-market, followed by a decline to a low. And I think a lot of volume when some sort of speech, there's a speech at play, right? There's a lot of volume that comes into play. I think there's a pretty significant move to drop here between like 10 and 12 somewhere, like a pretty significant drop. But there's a lot of back and forth erratic behavior here, guys, so be careful. And then we open, it looks like we open higher, but with a retracement there for the 31st. That's the S&P 500 for March 30th, 2023. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Most importantly, my friends, follow that rule of karma. Pay a little bit forward, pay a little bit backwards, and make sure you spend that money out of love. The universe will send it back to you tenfold in all directions, my friends. I will see you on the next one.